Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace.
All right, so welcome back to another video. This is kind of like the first on-location road trip, full day out style video I've shot since December of last year, which is really hard to believe. And this is also the first time shooting 4x5 since then, which is going on 5, almost 6 months, and had huge plans to start the year, really optimistic about things with my Slave City project, shooting large format, and things kind of went in the opposite direction and struggled for quite a while and had a pretty big phase of burnout, which I'll maybe talk about after. But plan today is just to get back out with this camera, get back into things, feeling really excited about it, going away next week as well to start working on that project again and put together a nice little day trip. Over on the English-Welsh border right now, still in England, and then gonna work my way into Wales with a bunch of locations. But kicking things off here at this incredible old church. This is actually from the 12th century, which is amazing. And I just wanted to pop in here to look at it, but this scene right here is pretty interesting. So I think we'll set up, we'll start here, and then we'll get on the road. Okay, I'm gonna set up here and shoot head on. I love this scene. The light in here is actually really nice. I love how you have the window here, which will backlight things, but then you have this massive window off to the side, which is side lighting. It's even throwing a shadow off that cross. And it's really nice. And then just this, I also love this stonework that's coming through, kind of like symmetrical. It's perfectly matching on either side just about. And then you have these pieces of the white wall still. So if I can remember how to do this. So this is the view under the dark cloth, and pretty simple composition, but I like it. Center framing, obviously the window and the table the best I can, and then like I said, I love the texture on the walls there, just where you see the stonework coming through, so excited to see what this one will look like. I'm gonna focus, meter, and we'll shoot our first frame. Okay, so I'm gonna start with HP5 because that is what I have the most of. Spot metering, ISO 320. I'm gonna shoot this at f8. I don't really need to stop it down that much, nor do I want to, and I think I'm just gonna spot meter this dirt on the floor down here. And this is saying 1/8 of a second. So I think that is what we'll go with. We'll go with 1/8 of a second at f8. That looks good to me. First sheet in 6 months. This feels really, really good, I must say. That's one. All right, just gonna do one more here and then get on the road, but this scene is just so interesting to me. So I'm gonna do landscape orientation, and I'm out on a 105 now. Again, this might be kind of tough to see, but this is the view with the 105, vignetting a bit here under the dark cloth, obviously a wider lens. But be curious to see which one I like better. The exaggerated perspective is kind of interesting with this one. Gonna stick with the same settings, f8. Should be all the same, but we'll double check just for fun here. Same thing. Okay, so happy with that to start the day. It's amazing how you can, just be kind of struggle with something for months and then come back to it feeling so excited, even just one day out, an hour so far. But next location is actually very close here. It's another church that I found, not as old, not 12th century, but it has these incredible original wall paintings still. So very different from this, and I think worth a look. Okay, so pretty incredible, but that one is gonna be a no-go, way too busy. Ran into like 3 different groups of people when I was in there just for that 5 minutes, but amazing original medieval paintings on the wall. Never actually seen anything like that, but I just think no way to set up a 4x5 camera and a video camera. So on to the next one. What is this? That looks interesting, old petrol station. Take a look, wow. Very neat. This guy in there, there's so much stuff in there, wow. Go say hi. All right, got a little sidetracked there. Met the owner, very rushed, just because I didn't really want to intrude too much while he's working, but I did one shot of the exterior, and then I actually asked if I could make a portrait of him. The inside, his office was incredible, and I had like 5 minutes to do it because he was going for lunch. So a little bit of a Hail Mary. We'll see if it works. Shot on the 105. I am very excited about it, but it was one of those large format images where a lot could go wrong because zero time, so see what happens. All right, on to the next one. You know what he did say? I could go back when he's back from lunch. I would love to actually make a couple more portraits of him when it's a little more chill and I have some time, so we'll see. Maybe we'll go to this one 15 minutes away and then maybe I'll come back. I do have some other locations that I really want to hit today, but he was a very interesting subject. Tons of cool stuff there.
Your destination is on the left.
All right, this looks promising. Yeah, this, if it's open, that's gonna be the big one. I weirdly have a feeling that I might have been here before. All right, I'll tell you what, I 100% have stopped by here a couple of years ago, not knowing what it was, and at that time it was not open, but maybe I'll have better luck today. I really hope it is, because it looks amazing inside. Assuming they keep this closed to keep the birds out. All right, no go, it's locked. There's a sign here that says 4 key, please ring. And I'm tempted to do it. Take a picture of that. All right, I'm gonna go look at let's sit down for a second, look at my itinerary, make a decision. Okay, well, thank you for the information. I appreciate the letting me know where the key is. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care, bye-bye. Okay, success, interesting. So I gotta drive back there, not to meet someone. There's a farm that this person doesn't own, but I go to the farm and then I have to go in to the garage in an ice cream bucket. Apparently it's cool to do that, but yeah, let's venture to this farm and see if I can find this key.
So back to the video in a second, just have to quickly talk about the sponsor today, which is Squarespace. So I've been using Squarespace for a number of years now, and what I love is how easy it is to build a clean, professional looking website for your photography that can grow with you. And to do this, you can use one of their pre-made templates, or you can use something like their blueprint builder, which allows you to build your site from scratch, but gives you really helpful tools like different page layouts, color palettes, and font pairings. It's also really easy to add, customize, and tweak your website. As an example, if I want to make a new gallery, I can simply click and drag to upload images and also to reorder them. But it's also great if you want to do more advanced things like, say, add an online shop. And at the start of this year, I decided to offer some limited prints for sale, and Squarespace made the entire process very streamlined, from setting up a shop page to payment processing and fulfillment. So check out squarespace.com today, sign up for a free trial, test it out. When you're ready to launch, you can use my link below to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
All right, this is the place, and I'm just gonna park here. Go into the garage. I'll be back. Well, that looks like a church key to me. Success. $100% worth it. Let me show you. Okay, so this place is absolutely incredible. These paintings all over the walls, they're like engraved in. I've never seen this kind of detail before in a church. Original detail, it's wild. Wow. So as you go through this place, it's just never ending, the detail here. Everywhere you look, especially in here. You know, look at the tiled floor here. More of this artwork everywhere. But then you look back here, this especially, this kind of floor stone, it says 1708 on it. Wild. Okay, gonna start here. I think found something I like. This old organ, and then this kind of corner here. Gonna go with the 105 again. The light is so good here. Coming from that window, it's really nice. So falling on the pew bench, falling on that old organ. And then again, this is like a big flag here because you don't have any windows. So it's throwing this side into shadows, which we're shooting in. Okay, so I think I'm good to go. I'm actually just gonna use this little guy, this Conic L308. This is my sidekick meter, but it has this 30-degree reflective mode here if you move the bulb out. That's great for scenes like this where, you know, an average is perfect. So this is saying like 8 seconds. It's dark, very dark. So 8 seconds, and we're gonna have to do reciprocity timer. HP5, 8 seconds, 15 seconds. All right. All right, I'm actually gonna just experiment here. I don't know if this is gonna be a fail or not, but I like the idea of doing something here. Portrait, I love this cross here, the ropes hanging, a little bit of detail, and then the intensity from that kind of flaring the lens a bit. Again, it could be bad, but if it works, it could be cool. So I think it's worth a sheet. So I'm gonna go F8, stop down a little more, and I'm just gonna spot meter the floor here, which the sun's hitting right now. That's saying half a second. If I go deepest shadows in the frame, right in the corner back there, 2 seconds. It's about 2 stops under, which is fine. And there's really not anything too bright. There's, I guess, up at the top there would be about 2 stops. So I'm gonna go, I think, half a second at F8. It's pretty intense right now, we'll go for it. Okay, so that is, I think, 10 sheets today already. Got a few hours left in the day, but I mean, what a difference. Yeah, I haven't had a day like this with the large format camera in a long time. Like I said at the start, you know, this year I came into it wanting to make some pretty big progress on my Slate City project up in North Wales. And almost right away, just went into this like 3-month period of what I realize now is kind of burnout with that type of work specifically. But at the time, it was just essentially this period of going and trying to force my way through something when it wasn't working, which is what I do often, and is a lesson I keep kind of needing to remind myself of taking a break. Because yeah, I did trips up to North Wales where I would get there and the next day I'd leave and nothing was working and I wasn't into it. And then, you know, it can escalate where you start to question your interest in something. And almost always what happens is I end up being kind of forced into a break with whatever the thing is, and then I come back to it just more excited than ever. And that's what's happening today. You know, I haven't felt this way in a long time. I haven't even seen the images yet. It doesn't matter. It's just really nice to get out, work with this camera, and make this type of work again. And yeah, goes to show that sometimes you need to put something aside, focus on something else for a bit. It doesn't mean you're done with that thing. It just means that maybe you need to give it a rest for a bit. So good reminder. But I think we'll go take the key back if I don't see anything else, and then get on the road. So up here, there's this old monastery, which I think is abandoned, but it's attached to a hotel or something like that. So I don't really know if it's going to be any good or not. There's also this old church, which is still running or active, but it just looked like an interesting landscape around it. So we'll see, we'll see. Okay, so this is the next spot. One of the most like idyllic British scenes. You have this really interesting church, the hills in the background, all the gravestones, horses over there. There were sheep on the wall over there. And yeah, got one framed up. I was just talking with someone who stopped by, who went inside, but I think there's also an image on the inside. But I'm gonna shoot this. I'm all set up. I got the 105. Gonna go wide and just need to meter. So for this one, I'm gonna stop way down because I have foreground pretty close. F25, and I'm just gonna spot meter the green grass out there, which is giving me like 1/10 of a second. So maybe I'll go an 1/8. And if I spot this shadow area, it's around a second. So that's gonna be dark, and that's fine because I'm not worried about detail in that area. That's gonna be kind of dark in the final edit. Everything else looks good, so yeah, I'll go 1/8 of a second. F25. Okay, that's one. Got one sheet of HP5 left. All right, inside the church now. It is interesting in here, but very small. There's no wide shot. There's kind of just too much going on, but I did find something here. So there's this cross and Mary, this little figure in the corner of the window, and has like cobwebs and stuff. I'm on the 152, 3.5, shooting wide open, and yeah, such shallow depth of field. It looks like it could be a good one. So something a little different from everything else today. And I'll shoot this, and then this might be the last scene. We'll see. Okay. FP4. Oh my goodness, the biggest spider just came out of there. Wow. From under the window. Oh my goodness. All right, I can't decide, 60th or 125th. I can tell I haven't had a coffee in like 6 hours because my old brain is not working right now. We'll go 60th. See how that looks.
So overall, just a really fun day of photography. This is a few days later. I'm in the office. I've just finished editing the video, but I wanted to record just a few final thoughts to wrap this up, just because I didn't really talk about the images in the edit. But I will say there's actually a handful of photos that I made that I'm really happy with, which is kind of rare when you go out with 4x5 because it's a slower process. Oftentimes, you know, I'll come back with nothing that I'm happy with. But these two church details in particular, so this one from the second to last church, I love the side light here and how it brings out all the kind of edges and the details on this organ and on the pew bench. Obviously love the art on the walls, as mentioned. This was such a cool scene. But this one too, from that very first location, I prefer this composition with the wider lens. I love how this detail showed up in the final print, and also just love the light in this scene. So this was another favorite, but by far my favorite image from the day is this portrait right here of the garage owner. His name was Ivor, and didn't share the process in the video because, like I said, this one was kind of scrambled, and I am shocked that this turned out. You know, when I developed the film and scanned it, I was really happy to see that it turned out, because 4x5 is it's a methodical process, or it requires kind of a methodical process, and this was very much set up the camera, frame it up as quick as possible, and hope that everything works out. So really happy with this. I love kind of the composition here. You know, I moved him over into this little bit of like open or uncluttered space, and I love how everything surrounds him, you know, throwing the foreground out a bit, shooting wide open at 5.6. But then also just the light, you know, such a perfect scene, having a window here to side light him. This part of his face falls into shadow. And yeah, love environmental portraits like this. I'm very, very happy. You know, originally I thought I'd go back and maybe do some more of him, but I don't think I would make something that I like as much as this. So yeah, love how this turned out. I'm gonna go drop this print off to him next week. But overall, just a good day. And like I said in the video, a reminder for me, you know, we're all different with how we work, but there's certainly for me an ebb and a flow to certain processes. And as much as I wanna go at things like 365 days a year, say with a certain project until it's done, this reminds me that maybe I work on something for 3 months and then I get to a point where I need a break and I shift my focus to something else. You know, up until this, I was shooting color and 6/7 and a little bit of square as well, still practicing, and didn't touch a large format for 6 months. But, you know, going out for a day now, very much have the energy back, and it's time to get back to it. So I'm going to go up to North Wales next week, pick back up on my Slate City project. But this was a good one to shake off the rust, and just a fun day overall out. So I hope you enjoyed this. Bit of a longer one. Thank you if you made it this far. And yeah, I'll see you very soon with another video.